Hi, my name's Maddie and I'm an addict and I'm 2 years, 10 months, and 14 days clean. I did just check the clean time app. I don't know if I should be bouncing that around. Um, but I already kind of forgot the exact days. Anywho, so I am an Australian. If you could not tell, I actually didn't know that I sounded super Australian. Then I left the country and I realized how Australian I do sound. But apparently, there's like a rivalry between Australia and New Zealand over meat pies. My brothers informed me as they are tradies, and as like everyone probably knows, like tradies know their meat pies. So I'm here to settle this debacle. Obviously, I'm like super unbiased. Like, I'm not a biased person towards Australia at all. So obviously, I'm the perfect person to try set meat pie here. You know how like Ariana apparently listened to plants to get the sound for pedal? I mean, I'm probably quoting it wrong. Like that's me right now. I'm gonna listen to my hair, like pick up its radio signals and use that to make it sickly my trap beat. Okay, I'm gonna test to see if that works. Okay, I tested that. I sound hella far away. Look, it was cute in theory, but like in reality, it doesn't work. Also, like sorry the audio might not be the best. This is my first time doing this. Like practice makes perfect, right? And like I've had zero practice thus far, so um but yeah. So how I'm gonna rate the pie is I personally love like a crispy crust. I don't like it when like the base is kind of like hard and like it just like that is sometimes like normally like a 2 3 day old pie thing, but still. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I like the crust, like the flaky bit to like melt in my mouth. Even better points is when they like have like some like my what is the word? What I'm pulling from, my reference is the pies back in Australia. Like the Logan pies, Yatla pies before the many, many, many floods. And I don't know exactly where I was, but I was visiting one of my friends and her and I went to a pie shop, best pie I ever had. It was like this Wagyu meat pie, so good. And I love when the pies have like the little cows on top in the pastry. As bad as it might sound, like if they have like a little like cute image made out of pastry on top that's like flaky. Tens across the board. Like fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna be rating like the bottom half of the pastry, like the little like bit where the meat goes in, and then I'm gonna be rating like the top part of it, like that crispy, the lid of the pie as we would call it. And then bonus points if they have a little animal like something cute on top of the pie. I might actually have to slow down to speak. Like me and my friends talk very fast, and now that I'm talking into a microphone, I realized it might be too fast. Okay. And then I'm going to be rating the meat, obviously. But one of the most important things, in my opinion, is the meat to like the gravy sauce proportion. Like I've been to bakeries before, right? Where like the gravy sauce or whatever is like jelly. It's like meat jelly and there's like no chunks of meat. Like I personally am like a chunky steak kind of girl pie. Like that is my favorite kind of pie, you know? So if it's like that meat jelly stuff, I just find it really gross. It's just not up my alley. Like I feel like I'm like having like a meat smoothie and like I like the gym, but girl, like I don't like it enough to have like a meat ass smoothie in my pie. So I'm gonna be rating that. I'm gonna be rating like the portions of that. The ratio, that is the word that I'm looking for. I mean I love reading, but like I finished reading and I'm like, what the hell was that word? It's like me when I leave a meeting. Reading and meeting. When I leave I'm reading. Well, we do readings at meetings. Yeah, when I leave a meeting and I'm like, well, that really stuck with me. Like I'm gonna take that home and use that in my daily practice. That was so inspirational. And then I leave and I'm like, what was that? And obviously, if I forgot, it didn't hit as hard as I thought that it did, but still. Anywho, so yeah, I'm gonna be rating that ratio. So the pastry, the meat versus like the jelly stuff inside ratio, and then also obviously like the meat itself and like the chunkiness of it, and then like the overall flavors and everything. So that is how I'm gonna rate a pie. Like obviously I'm not Gordon Ramsay. Like I'm just a girl. I'm just a gal. Not really, but like I'm just a woman. I'm womanly. A woman who has two tradie brothers who constantly get into arguments. And I just turn this off. No, it's still green. It's still green. who apparently get into little beefs with their work colleagues about who has a better pie. And my unbiased womanliness is here to settle the debate. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the pie shop and then I'll report back. Also, like I did find that, like, I don't know if this is a worldwide thing, but like here in New Zealand there's like a pie app where they can like rate what they think about pies, and I kind of love that. Like, I wonder if we have that back home. That's kind of slay. um I don't know, I feel like that would be really fun. Like, my brothers would be like all about that. And when we get back home too, I know last year Logan won like best pie, so we're gonna go there and we're gonna try pie, but in this video we're just trying New Zealand pies. um I was also just like reflecting because of this. When we would go get pies growing up, I remember like it was only like the chunky steak pie, yatla pies. This is pre-floods, pre-floods, because after floods, just at least for me, it hasn't hit the same. I've tried, I've gone for years after, because it's just like this is nostalgic. Reminds me of my youth, reminds me of being a wee little child. I would go there and it just wouldn't hit the same. But anyways, anywho, who man, where did that even come from? Anywho, I don't know. It just like entered my vocabulary. That and like drag race slang. But yeah, I just had to fight the urge to say it. I had to fight the urge really hard just then to say it. I didn't do it. But I remember like if I would order a pie that didn't have like a little cow on top, because I think it was just like the chunky steak at yellow pies that had it. And I remember if like one of my brothers would always get like the chunky steak, and I would take the little cow off top and like eat it. And like while I was doing it, Dad would be like, "Madeline, you better not be eating like the cow on top of the pie." And I'd be like, "I'm not, Dad. I'm not doing that. I'm just looking for my pie in the box. I'm not doing that." And then we'd get home, my brothers would be like, "She ate the cow on top of the pie. She ate the cow." And then I would have to like be like, "Oh no, they just forgot your cow. They just forgot to put your cow on top. The reason why there's a cow on top of the pie, that was where they were meant to place it, and they didn't place it." No one believed it, but it would always be like a huge thing. And like I remember if there would be like pies that fell on the ground, you could buy them as like dog pies. And I was just reflecting, like, when I like had like some broke ass weeks with like hardly any coin, right? I wish Yatla Pie still did those dog pies, because like I would have bought dog pies for myself and just like put them in the oven, because like doesn't like wouldn't like the oven like kill the bacteria, so I could just like have eaten the dog pie for myself, and I would have had like, no, I feel like I would have been like eating a really filling meal. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. I don't know when they stopped, but I just know they don't do that anymore. But yeah, that's just like some random pie stories for you. It's just to show how much, as like an Australian, I like love pies and like how embedded it is in my culture. And I don't know why I did American. I thought I was trying to sound more Australian, and I don't think that worked. Yeah. Also, I realized how like people do like podcasts and stuff now. It's actually really fun talking into a microphone. Like, this is really fun to talk into a microphone. Like, I get it now. I mean, I knew it was fun to sing into one. Remember my brother and I had like a karaoke machine growing up. That's a story for another day. But I know from said experience that was fun. This girl, this is fun. This little mic is so much fun. I'm having a good time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop myself from yapping. Can I get the Stockman's pie, please? Yes, please. That's all, thank you. Local bakery. We got a small little mince pie. They had no pies with animals on top. And then I went to like a commercial bakery as well. Okay. I'm actually really excited. I'm really hungry. There's a man next to me. Hello, sir. I realized too, eating a pie in the car will make a bit of mess, but oh well. So I do love to like take the top off first and eat it like that. From like looking at it, this is a nice bit of pastry. Like, the pastry is nice, it's fresh. The meat to like jelly ratio, really good. Love to see it. Mm. Yum. I could have had a bigger one. Yeah, that's a really good pie. Look at that. That is nice. Okay. I'm actually really excited for this bottom pastry bit. I have high hopes. Mm. Look, it's like a layer. It's not one like thick bit of pastry in the bottom. So I hate when like the top is really nice and flaky and the bottom is like, like the thick pastry. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to say. Mm-hmm. Probably just put too much pie in my mouth. My mum would watch this and be like, that'll land. Mm-hmm. Before I have the last bite, I should probably think about this and rate it. Okay, so the top pastry, like honestly, the lid, amazing. Loved it. That was great. Like the meat jelly stuff to like meat ratio, amazing, and the pastry amazing. Like the only thing that would have made this pie better than any of the other pies if they had a little animal on top. So I'm gonna do like a 9.5. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we have like the commercial pie. It looks like a spaceship. Marvin the Martian comes off. Don't eat me. Mmm. Mm. Mm. Okay. So it is. I do like that it's like a thin, crispy bit of pastry. I was like just investigating it. Mm. I got the steak one, which is like my favorite, but like that meat sauce, there's like a flavor in it that I don't know if I like. But nice chunky bits of steak. Hey, wait. Okay. It's growing on me. Like I like it. I don't like it as much as the first pie. The pastry though, really good. Like it could just be like a bad flavor in one of them. Maybe like if I got a different flavor, I would be like over the moon. And pastry, lovely, crispy, thin, beautiful. Mm, really nice, really fresh. Even the top bit. I mean, does that kind of count as a little pattern? You can't pull it off and eat it, but there's a pattern. Very flaky and lovely. The meat itself, really nice. I think it's the meat sauce. I think there's a flavor in the meat sauce that I'm just not vibing. Mm, I mean, it's kind of growing on me, but the last pie I like scoffed down and wish there was more of it. This pie, I'm like loving the pastry. Like, I'm loving the pastry, so good. And I do really like the chunky meat. I think it's just a flavor in the meat sauce that I'm just not a giant fan on. But in saying that, it's like still a really good pie. I'd probably have to say mm, an 8 to like an 8.5. Maybe I got like 8.2 to like meat in the middle. I need a little wipe. Hold on. Okay, so in conclusion, who has the better pie? Australia or New Zealand? Okay, so honestly, I feel kind of bad. This is going to be very anticlimactic, but as per which pie is better, I think they're pretty much the same. Like they taste the same. It just really depends on like how a place does their pastry, what ingredients they put in the meat sauce, how is the meat seasoned, how is the meat cooked, how long has it been sat out there for. The best pie I've ever had still stands to be the Wagyu beef pie that I had back home. But also today I saw no Wagyu beef pies, so it's kind of hard. Like maybe I would have had the best pie ever if they had one of those. But as per today, like that little kind of tiny pie that I had to begin with, oh, so good. I wish I got two of them, or I wish I got the bigger one. 9.5. Jesters, pastry, lovely. Do love the thin pastry. The meat inside was really nice. It was just like there was something in the meat sauce that I just couldn't like fully vibe with, but still really good. Still enjoyed it. If I probably didn't have the first pie, I probably would have eaten the whole of the second pie. Like I do love a pie. Yeah.